Okay, what I got here is a Quicksilver 6.6 gallon portable fuel tank. And Quicksilver is known as an OEM object for mercury bored motors. And this thing's heavy. I mean, just lifting that up is heavy. It really is. It has a fuel tank on it to tell you if you're full or empty. Here to let some air out. And you not only need the fuel tank, you must buy the hose separately. Now, are you ready to have a heart attack? The Quicksilver 6.6 gallon fuel tank is pretty much $200. $200 for that thing. And then you need this to go with it, and that's $65 is what that costs. I was like, man, oh man. So one thing I noticed is this is super thick. And some people had said in the comment section, this seems like such a money grab of $200 for a tank, but everybody says it was the best of the best. Now, this tank alone, okay, this tank alone weighs 7 pounds. That's with no gas. Nothing in it, 7 pounds, right off the bat. Now, you have to understand, 1 gallon of gas weighs 6 pounds. So if you have a gallon of gas, it weighs 6 pounds. This takes 6.6 gallons of gas. So that's 40 pounds of gas, and then you add the tank, you're literally into 47 pounds with this tank. That's quite a bit of weight to carry in one arm. That's a bag of potatoes. And, but that's a lot of gas. That's going to go a long ways. This line here is 8 feet long. And some comments I've seen, I replaced a 27-year-old Mercury fuel line with the Mercury parts. I don't scrimp on critical parts, line, fuel, hoses, and bulbs. These new hoses are menthol resistant, so our modern fuel will run properly. This kit has a 5/16 ID fuel hose, OEM correct for my 1995 115 horsepower Mercury motor. So these are extremely expensive before you get there. And the way they packed this on me, and I'm freaking pissed I may send this back yet. See if this comes up. It's bent. See that the way they packed that? Maybe I can leave it out and it'll go back to shape. But if you have a Mercury motor for your boat, then you may want to go with the 3.3, because if this is around 50 pounds, that other one will be 25 pounds. Or you may want both. It all depends, depending on how much you want to carry. But this, you're going to grunt a little bit when you start carrying this down to your boat. I have a canoe, square stern canoe I just picked up. I'll do a video on that. But I tend to go a lot of places that most people don't go, and I'm out there quite a ways, so I didn't want to take any chances. And I did want the OEM part of Mercury. I wanted the best of the best. I didn't want to have to be messing with cleaning carbs and everything when I was basically out in the bush. That's something I didn't want to mess with. But this is the Mercury OEM gas tank, and like I said, it weighs quite a bit. Everything runs really nice on it, you know. And like I said, this connects to this over here. So, and it all clicks in. And then this goes and clicks into your motor, is what it does. It's metal clips. Yeah, this is made really well. Kind of nice to see when you're getting empty compared to when you're full. Obviously, there's a float in here, you know, is what there is. So, now, I did see on some forums when I was reviewing and trying to get as much information as I can on these products, some people were buying China tanks, you know, made in China. And one guy literally had one of these tanks blow up round. I mean, it literally was going to explode in his boat. So this ain't something you can mess around with. And you have to understand, the reason this is so thick is simply because if you've got this outside in 90-degree weather, and it gets hot here in Tennessee, 110, that, and it's sitting outside, a lot of people leave their boats, on shore, this thing is going to take a lot of heat. You need something that's reliable, safety, and it's actually going to work. Now, I don't know if this is true, but I got thinking about this the other day. I got thinking, like, these products that are made in China, do they have to go through any form of testing? I don't know. I was thinking, like, if a company makes something in the USA and it falters or something's wrong, then they can be sued or products can be recalled or whatnot. But if they're made in China, are they off the hook for anything? So could I make a super thin gas tank and then offer it for $20? And 20,000 suckers buy it. It ain't gonna work. It's just gonna leak gas all over the place. I didn't do any testing on it or nothing. And all of a sudden I release it, make all my money until I get a ton of bad reviews, cancel it on Amazon, and then give it another name and put it back up there and just keep reselling this garbage. Every time I get, 1,000 bad reviews, just change it out. I don't know. But this particular brand is OEM Mercury, and it's designated for that. If you have a Mercury motor, then you really want to get the Quicksilver stuff because that is OEM for Mercury. And it's kind of like the best of the best. But anytime I see something Quicksilver for Mercury, understand something. It's expensive. I mean, not one of their items is cheap. You buy China cotter pin, you're looking at $3. You buy one for these guys, $24. I mean, it's nuts. The prices are outrageous. But do you want the best of the best for your motor, or do you want, something that's not so great for your motor, and you don't know what it's going to be or what it's going to do? So I bought the biggest tank. Maybe I should have bought the smaller tank to cut the weight in half. But we'll see as I use this. Who knows? Maybe I'll only use a gallon or two in this one and find out I really didn't need the big tank. And maybe I should have went with the small tank. But I have a 4 horsepower Mercury outboard motor. It came in. I have to put it together yet. But this is definitely heavy duty. That's for sure. So if you're going to pick up one, remember, this thing runs at least a good 50 pounds or so, and you're going to have to be able to carry that down to your boat if it's not in your boat all the time. So keep that in mind. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.